Welcome everybody to the 2018 Pan Am Championships here in Temuco, Chile. My name is Tim Baghurst and we are ready for this semifinal women's doubles between Bolivia and Mexico. On the left is Paola Longoria, her partner, just off screen. Alexandra Herrera, left-handed player. Representing Bolivia up front, Jenny Daza. And behind her, Stephanie Barrios. Barrios, still a junior, was playing with Daza last year in Costa Rica, almost by accident, due to some problems with flights for Bolivia. And they ended up doing extremely well. So here we go, 0-0. Good start for Bolivia. That's what they wanted, the side out. Remember, at the beginning of a game, only one of the two pairs get to serve. Apologies, that's a point, so 2-0 for Bolivia. I'm joined by IRF Hall of Famer Gary Mazeroff. Gary, what can we expect in this match?
I expect it to be tight. I'm surprised because I was told that Cuba had beaten Bolivia. I'm happy to see Bolivia on the court. This is a good team. Daza and Barrios, the junior player. Daza's been around the international stage for years. And Paola's playing with Herrera, a newer team internationally. Obviously a good start for Bolivia.
4 quick points for them, exactly what they wanted. But a skip that time from Barrios on the left side. Side out Mexico. Herrera, she's been hitting a Z serve consistently in this tournament. Let's see if it continues. Beautiful winner from Daza on the right side.
Tim, we've had some surprises in this event. Wouldn't be surprised if the outcome is what most people don't think will happen here.
Some issues with our scoreboard.
Just saw Daza a little lazy on that return, put it into the floor.
And another skip from Barrios. 2 serving 4. Gary, normally we see the better player or the more experienced player take the backhand, but for Bolivia in this case, that's not happening.
Yeah, we'll assume they know what they're doing. They have a great coaching staff, so see how it plays out. You don't want to have a lot of unforced errors on against Mexico here. They still have the lead. Let's see if they can enhance it.
Doubles definitely a game of runs compared to singles, with both players getting opportunities to score points. An emotional player, Barrios. We've seen her at juniors. And as I mentioned last year, played with Daza at the Pan Ams. Here they're trying to get to the final. Well, I'm not sure what happened, but Bolivia lead 5-3.
I think they replayed it.
Mexico, the defending champions.
Snap winner left side, reverse by Longoria.
Skip from Barrios for serving 5. And it's all square for Mexico. I think Mexico will probably pick on that left side, Gary.
I agree. The 5 points Mexico scored, they're off of unforced errors, Tim.
Herrera finally puts it down after a very long rally. 6-5. Different look for this Mexico team. Last year it was Longoria and Salas who won.
So we said Barrios is in juniors. Dead ball Hinder replay. And Herrera is not far removed from Hinder juniors. Hinder call.
And another point for Mexico. Looks like Bolivia are taking their first time out. Probably a wise one, wouldn't you say, Gary? Just because Barrios just doesn't seem to be settled right now.
Correct. I mean, they were up 4-0. Now they find themselves 5-7. They score 1 point. Mexico's earned maybe one. That rally-ending shot by Herrera. Everything else has been an unforced error. So the coaching staff needs to calm them down, let them know that they have the skill set to compete against them. Let it come to light.
Well, each team have 1 minute to have a conversation with their coaches. Let's see what Bolivia come up with, because they started brightly. But again, it looks like the Mexican pair definitely far more experienced than the Bolivians. Seem to be picking on that left side and the junior player. Longoria, of course, won this morning against Samantha Salas in 2 straight. She'll be in the final tomorrow in a repeat of last year's, where she'll take on American Ronda Racich.
Good timeout, huh, Tim?
Great timeout, Gary. You can see there a little bit of encouragement from Daza. Barrios is an emotional player. She can get real hot real fast, so let's see if that happens here. That'll be a replay. Safety hold up. And again from Barrios, that's better. Side out Bolivia, 2 straight rallies won. after that timeout.
Good depth on that high lob. Another unforced error.
A point for Bolivia. Oops, excuse me. For Bolivia, not Mexico. Barrios has a little conversation with her partner. Doubles is such a different game to singles.
See what the call is. Ball hit their opponent.
I think a point was given, and you could see Longoria, she wasn't happy that Barrios hit that shot.
Well, there was a block. Yes, you're right. The call would have been made probably anyway.
Well, we say probably.
That's correct. And then there's the appeal element as well. You have two more sets of eyes coming into the equation. Basically what she said is, listen, I'm swinging, get out of my way. So Bolivia has forged ahead again, 8-7. Eight. Herrera lives in Monterrey. Her partner, Longoria, went to school there. She hails from San Luis Potosí. And I believe both Bolivian girls live in Santa Cruz. Roll it out. Tim, she took that early. She took it off the short hop and rolled it.
My apologies for the score. We're a bit unsighted because of all the fans in attendance watching this match. Bolivia, Mexico, always a classic.
Great get by Herrera. Quick hands. 10-8. Mexico, game one. 31st Pan American Racquetball Championship. Each player is stuck to their original serves. Paola reverse Z to the forehand side.
Well, it was great defense from Barrios to stay in that rally. Bolivia take their second and final timeout. But you feel, Gary, that Mexico seemed to have more firepower than Bolivia. Bolivia playing a lot of defense, just staying in the rallies rather than attacking and forcing Mexico on the back foot.
Correct. As I mentioned earlier, Barrios took that lob early a few points ago and rolled it out. They need to be more aggressive. I agree with you.
And you can see conversation going on between the Bolivians. Daza doesn't look particularly happy right now. They're down 12-8 to Mexico. Mexico seemed pretty comfortable, not making many errors, forcing Bolivia onto the back foot.
Many of those points are scored on the serve. Paola hitting that Z right side, keeping Daza deep. She goes short with the ceiling ball. Herrera's there to end the rally on her. Both Bolivian girls going with traditional half to three-quarter lobs down their respective sides.
So Herrera is a left-handed player, Longoria a right-handed player. sometimes the serve down the middle can be effective against that kind of setup because you want to have a player hit a backhand and maybe some confusion or miscommunication.
Absolutely. They've yet to do that. And head coach Gonzalo Amaya, ex-team player for Bolivia as well, and world champ many times in age group now. He knows. Errant shot, moving back 37 feet. So Mexico 2 points from closing out game one, 13-8.
Another crack for Herrera gives Mexico game point number one, 14-8. Bolivia just seem a little flat right now. They need a side out. Finally, Daza puts one down on her backhand, side out. Anything's possible in this racquetball match. You've just got to take 1 point at a time. Bolivia, 8-14. Daza wants a replay. She's not going to get one. Barrios to serve.
They'll stop play and award a first serve again to him.
Safety hold up by Herrera.
Barrios continues to hit that nick lob.
And another skip from the left-sided player. Game point number two for Mexico. Herrera to serve. There's game one. Mexico win the first fairly comfortably, 15-8. Not making many mistakes, the Mexican duo. They're on course to advance to the finals. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back for game number two. Welcome back, everybody. Tim Baghurst, joined by Gary Mazeroff. Women's semifinals. 0-0 for game two. Mexico won the first, 15-8. Really not having to do too much. Keeping the ball in play, allowing Bolivia, especially Barrios, to make several unforced errors, giving them the lead. Gary, if you're coaching Bolivia, what advice would you be giving them?
Number one, get out to a 4-0 lead like you had in game one. Number two, don't outscore in unforced errors the number of points you scored. They had 8 points. They had well beyond 10 in the unforced error game.
And there's an example, not what they wanted, a point for Mexico from the skip by Barrios.
And number three, mix up their serves. If things don't change radically soon, Tim, this is going to be toast. Replay. That ball was up.
Good call by official Munoz from Ecuador. That's better from Barrios, a confident shot that time. We're at the Centro Deportivo in Temuco, Chile. These floors are a little uneven. They create some unusual bounces.
What a nice shot. So that's 2 in a row from Barrios. And they earned their first point of game two, 1-2.
Second serve, short serve.
You throw a different twist, high Z lob right side, push it into the middle, jam them in the middle. We talked about that with the lefty-righty combo.
Wow, great shot, Daza. Little fist pump from her, 2 serving 2.
Skip ball. So they forged ahead, Tim. That's what they needed. Keep the momentum going. Not sure what happened. Maybe he didn't call the score, or she didn't. Maria Paz Munoz from Ecuador.
Daza wants a skip.
So there's an appeal on that last call. The call was good. There will be an appeal. And the call stands. So -1 appeal. The allotment is 3 per game. Now they're down to 2. That is Bolivia.
Little grimace from Daza. Another error from her. 3 serving 3. But then she does something like that. It's amazing. She clearly has skills, but she also throws in some errors.
That's impressive, Tim. Herrera on the left side is so long, she gets to most shots. Daza hit a wide angle pass out of her reach. Lo and behold, there was Paola to cover.
And the ball kicks into the glass on the door to the right side. Unexpectedly for Daza. Point for Mexico. 5 serving 3.
Was the ball up? See what the call is. If the ref thinks the ball was up, she'll award a replay. Overruled. So the call from Munoz was replay. There was an appeal by Bolivia. Overruled. No appeal used. Call overturned. No, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Mexico serving. So it stood. Therefore, an appeal was used.
So Bolivia back in the box. 3 serving 5. Let's see if they try something different. Daza doesn't look like it. Longoria with the pinch winner, half out. Bolivia just seem a little flat right now. Mexico in control.
Another unforced error. Barrios.
Smart from Longoria. Daza got it back up. Longoria puts it down the right side. Another point for Mexico. Very patient, going to the ceiling until they had their opportunity to attack.
Tim, another thing Bolivia might consider is to have Daza and Barrios switch sides.
They are down 7-3 and one game. They need to do something. Daza tries to go between her legs. That didn't work at all. She says, I need a timeout. She laughs at herself, but her team are 7 points away from this match. We're here in Temuco, Chile for the Pan Am Championships.
Should be a nice, if this continues, there's no reason to believe it won't. It'll be a great rematch between Team Mexico and Team Guatemala in the round robin portion. Guatemala won.
Indeed, Guatemala advanced to the final courtesy of a win over Chile in the match before this. And don't forget, we have 2 men's doubles coming up after this. Should be quite entertaining. Looking forward especially to seeing Beltran, who's a doubles legend in international tournaments. Current world champion with his partner Javier Moreno, who's not here. But he's playing great racquetball this week, so look forward to seeing him playing again.
2 40-somethings likely to be in the final. Beltran one and Ronda Racich another.
Ronda will be playing Paola Longoria on the right of your screen. Both of them advanced in 2 straight games this morning to have a repeat of the final last year. What a classic that was. Beautiful from Barrios. Daza, I thought she was going to take that. Decided to leave it for her partner. Half out. And a side out. Good timeout. 2 rallies won. Back in the box. 3 serving 8. Here in Centro Deportivo. So much racquetball in Chile. Appreciate all the staff who've made this event great, particularly Patricio Gatica. Such hard work to put on an event like this.
Assortment of defensive shots, and then Paola on forced error. So Bolivia scored 2 points in succession. Daza coming back with that high lob down the right side. Reverse winner.
Tough shot from Longoria. She's been here before. Looking to defend her title in both singles and doubles. Except, oh, excuse me, she lost last year to Ronda Racich.
La revancha against Ronda this time in singles. The revenge match coming up.
Six serving 8. Soft hands from Barrios. Seems to be all her right now. Daza not really taking that many shots in this match.
So Barrios, different twist on the serve, driving the ball deep into the corner. Great wide angle winner.
Side out for Mexico, 8 serving 7. Skip ball from Longoria, half out.
She's had a few unforced errors in this game, which is not something that is normal with her. She's playing singles and doubles. Nobody home. Great rally, Tim.
Terrific rally. Both players, both teams having opportunities to win it. Ultimately, it's Mexico. We have an issue with the scoreboard up on our screen above the court. Our official is just fixing it. Should be a point for Mexico.
Oh my.
Terrific.
Fist pump, fist pump.
Terrific play by Barrios to stay in the point, eventually taking her opportunity when she got it side out. Seven serving 10. Bolivia aren't out of this by any means. Let's see if they can go on a run here. Daza, is she changing her serve? No.
Not yet.
Beautiful shot from Longoria. Gary, there's an example of that floor that creates some uneven bounces. You saw how the ball deviated, giving Longoria a chance to attack. Better from Daza taking control.
Jammed her off that side wall. Point. Barrios sticking with her drive serve.
Well, our scoreboard up by the backcourt was incorrect. I apologize for that. It's 9 serving 8. To my left, Conrado Moscoso waits for his doubles match. He's representing Bolivia, of course. Beautiful shot from Longoria, but you have to admire the hands of Barrios for such a young player.
10-8, Mexico trying to close this out. Earn an opportunity tomorrow in the final against Team Guatemala. Daza comes over to the left, covers for Barrios, and rolls it out.
Longoria to serve. 5 points away from this match. A smile from Daza, but it's a point for Mexico, edging ever closer to this final. These players also competing for a team title. Points awarded for how you finish in each division.
Daza got the serve she wanted, but on her return, the ball kissed off the side wall. Set up Longoria for a winner, so it's 12-8. Game 2, trying to close it out, as Tim said. 3 more points for a trip to the final tomorrow.
And you can see deep in conversation is the Bolivian coach with Barrios. One of the great things about racquetball is players are very close to fans and all of us, and we can be part of that experience, and we hope you enjoy what we're providing for you here with the Pan American Racquetball Confederation under the International Racquetball Federation. This tournament is held every year, and it's used as a qualifier for the Pan Am Games, which will be next year. So important for these teams and players to do well to allow them to go to the Pan Am Games.
Tim, you're talking about coaching, and sometimes, for example, Bolivia, with Barrios being so young, she's hearing it from all sides. If you looked at that timeout, you had 2 coaches. You had Amaya talking to Barrios. You had Moscoso talking to Daza. You had Sabia advising, and you had 2 other people there, 5 people. Sometimes more is less. Great shot.
Herrera wins the point, 13-8. Mexico have played very clean, very few unforced errors.
Mexico seems to have elevated their game in their play in every match, Tim. They're more used to each other. It's a new team. And here they are with match point number 1.
Indeed, they defeated Argentina 2 straight yesterday. 1 point away from advancing to the final for a rematch against Guatemala.
Dead ball hinder replay, first serve. Safety hold up or avoidable? Avoidable hinder call, Tim.
Well, no argument from the Bolivians. They had an opportunity to appeal, but it's Mexico who advanced to the final with a 15-8, 15-8 score. Gary, your final thoughts?
The better team won. We say the cream rises. Bolivia started out great in game 1. Too many unforced errors. They collected themselves in the early portion of game 2, but Mexico's too strong. So it's going to be a great final, as you said, with the revenge match. Team Mexico versus Team Guatemala.
Well, we'll see Longoria in 2 finals tomorrow, but don't go anywhere because we have more doubles coming up. Next is Mexico versus Canada. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with you very soon.